Bowfinger V2 one sight. I wonder how this compares. Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here with podiumarcher.com, looking at the Bowfinger V2. I saw these guys at Vegas and I thought the sight they were making was pretty incredible looking and has some really neat options. So ordered some in, just got 10 of them in. Let's take a look at it, shall we? I'm supposed to wait. So one thing right out of the gate that's really nice about this sight is it already comes pre-assembled, so there's no guessing on where things go or how it bolts together. It has a quick movement feature. There's a lock here that'll hold it in place. Push the button down, slide it up or down, lock her back in if you want. The click movement is still relatively quick and it moves really easily and clean. The first axis, second axis, and third axis adjustment screws are all easy to get to. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. It makes it simple. Removable dowel head so you can swap scope heads, and it comes with a square peg threaded. So if you're an UltraView guy, and several of the scopes, they also make their own scopes, which we'll review later. I think they're called the 2020 options, but your UltraView should bolt right on without an adapter, so you're not buying an adapter for that, which is quite nice. Let's see here. Dual sight tapes, metal sight tape options, bolt in, bolt out removal on both sides, so you could run like a heavier arrow over here, lighter arrow over here if you want to run for 3D like a 23 diameter arrow and then maybe a 166 arrow. If it's windy, you could have both sight tapes already on and sighted in. Indicator needles are adjustable up and down on both. Large variety of movement, so if you end up changing things, it's not going to be a giant disaster to try to get them moved. But let's bolt this on a bow and see how it levels up and how the levels work. All right, so one thing I would like to point out before we get too far, this is all the sight tapes that it comes with. I want to say this sight's like 530 bucks or something. For a Target sight, that's not the most expensive one, but look at all this. Already in the package, predetermined yardage cut charts, like that's a ton of sight tapes to include. It's really nice of them to do that, and they're double-sided, so there's different ones all the way through. I'm assuming that's probably the full set, so thank you, Bowfinger. So yes, you're paying in the 500s for the sight, but it comes with literally probably any configuration you could possibly need, which is pretty sweet. I should check Matthews. It's definitely not, I doubt it's BridgeLock compatible as far as you probably need an offsetting piece on a Matthews if you put it on a Tidal and run it in the middle. I will stick it in, I have a phase 4 there, I can stick it in just to make sure this actually fits correctly in the dovetail, but I imagine there's a block offset that needs to go on here. But we just want to see how the levels work and how easily we can bolt an UltraView onto it, because I know it's a really common scope. So it's not trying to praise UltraView or brag about UltraView or any of that kind of stuff. It's common, and most of their stuff requires an adapter, and I don't believe this one does. Might save you a little money if you decide you're going that route. We'll bolt this on here. Let's see here. First off, it looks like you got to back this out a little ways to get your screw in. Yeah. And if it came loose, you'd probably have to take this knob off to get it off. Looks like it. Yeah. Go ahead and bolt it on here. Sorry for the compressor noise if you're hearing that in the background. They're building a house right next door to me for my mom. Hey, make sure to comment down below if there's any other possible things you want us to review. Sights that we're not looking at in the Target world because we're just starting that. So these are threaded for your indicator of stop. So you slide your side in until that hits and then tighten the knob down. Lines up with the indicator knobs. Super easy change. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for a little bit of deal on something, use coupon code MFJJ at checkout. Save you a little bit of money on most things, but not all things. So I can get that to line back up here. Come on, where are you? Oh, there we go. Didn't have the angle right. So slide it into there, click it down, index it. Let's grab some levels. Let's get this level here. So we're pretty level there. Level there. That was pretty easy. So I haven't used one of these before, so bear with me when I figure out where to clamp on this to know it's actually level. Let's see if that index works. Yeah. Apparently looks like it's relatively tight. Okay, so now that's already level for here, and that's loosening these screws. This is a loose slide. It's not micro driven, so you're going to have to be careful when you're trying to set that and adjust that. And let's see if we can put this UltraView head on here real quick. Let's say I got to remove the pin section to get at that screw. That's out. There we go. Exposed. Yep. So there were definitely a lot of negative UltraView comments when I made that scope video. It kind of surprised me. A lot of hate and venom out there. Not to defend, there were some warranty things in there, and I'm going to try to talk to them when I can ever get them on the phone about what seems like there's some perception there of poor warranty stuff. I'm not sure what that entails, but I'll try to figure it out. But price was constantly pointed out. These are ridiculously expensive. So one thing I would like to point out, because that's the one thing that jumped out at me that didn't quite jive in my head, this light kit on this site works better than any other light kit I've ever integrated into another setup. So yes, it's not cheap, but it's brighter and cleaner and more adjustable than anything you can add to an existing scope for light. It lights the bubble, it lights the pins, it lights everything. So keep that in mind. Like if you buy an Elvish tack and try to put it on another target scope, you're going to spend $150 to $200 on your Elvish tack to add light to your existing sight. This is integrated into your scope. Most scopes start at least $100. So when you're saying this is, I want to say it was $300 or 200, was it 250 bucks? It was 250 bucks or 300, I don't remember. Anyway, it's not more expensive if you incorporate a light kit to it. So try to keep that in mind while you're bashing how expensive this product is. Didn't feel that was really fair or warranted, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments how wrong I am. Start a fight down there, it's funny. All right, so we'll square this up a little bit here. Looks like you loosen your dowel and rotate, maybe. Oh, that integrates, got it. So it looks like this little piece here actually locks into the side so your dowel won't rotate on you. That's neat. Nice little extra additional just to be safe. There you go. That's cool. All right, so it's probably about the angle you'd want to start at. Before I check if it's square. That's probably pretty close. Put that down. Put that down. And it's already level. So I don't know if they have a jig that they assemble these in the factory that puts everything at square, but just to see how well it works, let's go ahead and make it unlevel. So just loosen that screw. Loosen that screw and it goes loose. You can move it however you want. And my trick for trying to get level set is I try to tighten one screw up, not to where it's tight, but just to where it starts to get some compression. So the scope will hold itself steady, and then you can move it, and it still has some resistance in it, so you can let go of it. And then you try to get over here, and I see if I can turn this toward the light. I may have to reset this, so give me a second, because we're on a concrete floor that is sloped. So we are not level on the floor. But that looks pretty, let me see here. Move that to where it's there. And then you can see this. You move it to where it looks level to you. You notice how I can let go of it and it stays there? So if you just snug one screw up a little bit but not reef on it, you can easily move it and let go of it. Go back to the other screw, tighten it up, triple check it, go back and look. You still bubbled up equal to that one? Yeah, they're both a little bit to the left. That looks the same. Go there. And then your third access screws on this site are right under here where you can get at them. That part I really like over the Excel, where the Excel has them bolted in back here and it's really hard to get a wrench in here. So that part's pretty cool. But it looks like it lines up good there. Let's see how much windage clearance we have. Like right now the scope's probably almost dead center. I don't know if you can get down and look up. So your scope's going to be a little bit to the left of your arrow rest and your string when you originally set it up. And it has a pretty adequate amount of movement there. Ton of movement on the dowel. And there's still a micro drive left to right here, which is clean. Numbers line up with arrow indicators. I mean, this is a really clean sight. I don't know how long Bowfinger's been around because I didn't ask. I know I'd seen things before in the past, and I'm not sure how long they've been making sights, but this really feels well thought out. Like they've really given it a lot of thought and a lot of care to make this thing work right. The 2 indicator tapes that are metal are freaking sweet. I think that's really cool. Ton of positions to start your scope head from to optimize the travel in your sight. I'm very impressed with this sight. I wish it had a micro drive here, would be really cool. And maybe a little more precise, like micro driven on the 2nd and 3rd axis adjustments for leveling it. But I'd definitely give this company a try. Let's see if it fits in the BridgeLock and the Matthews. I'm sure it does. I'd be foolish to not do it that way, but you never know until you check. And I would hate to say it does without looking. So let me just pull that off right there. Yeah, it fits in the hole. I'm assuming, I don't have a screw on this. So it's one of those kind of like a Spot Hog Fast Eddie XL where it doesn't fit super great, but the angles would be adequate to where you could screw it in and hit an indent and line it up square. And I know this hole in this bow is the same as a Tidal. So you should be able to put it in that way. But when you do that, you're left to right, that thing's way to the left, and you're gonna run out of movement that way. So you're gonna need some kind of an adapter in here to move the whole assembly that direction, which I'd be super shocked if they don't make it, but if they do, you could put that in a BridgeLock without too much of a problem. So comment down below on what you think of this video and other ones like it. Head on over to the website because at the end of the day, that's how we make money. We don't make money on this stuff. We're here to just show you product, try to give you some comparables and measurables so you can make a better decision, but we don't make any money here. So hopefully, if you're gonna order it, first of all, go to your pro shop and buy it from them if they sell it, okay? But if you're gonna order it from me. It helps us out, keeps this whole train a rolling. Appreciate you watching. Keep coming back.